Alright, this is Matt the Comic Guy.
Yeah.
Welcome to my reaction. Today is my second time doing this type of reaction, so let's get started.
I'm Bella, and I get crazy
Hello
when I'm angry.
there,
How
Miss
crazy exactly?
Bella.
Well, you have to stick around to find out. And please, like and subscribe to MSA. My parents were stinking rich. We lived in a huge mansion,
Of
had
course.
tons of servants, and every spring break we'd go on the most luxurious vacations. I was one of the most popular girls in school, and my life was literally perfect. But as I grew older, things started to
Popular
change.
does
Dad
not
got
mean
busier at work and
perfect.
hardly came home. Mom suddenly had tons of committees and parties to manage. The three of us didn't spend much time together. But I was busy with my school and social life too. And at least we'd still have the annual family vacation on my birthday. I was really looking forward to my 16th in Tokyo. But then my parents ruined it by dropping a nuclear bomb on me.
Bella, your mom and I have decided to separate.
Separate what? Honey, we're getting a divorce. What? Why on earth would you do that? Because I haven't been happy in a while, and neither has your dad. What do you mean you're not happy? You literally own every piece Prada makes before it even hits the runway. And Daddy, what about all your yachts and sports cars? We have great lives. We're happy people.
We're not happy with each other, and we don't want to continue like this forever. It's better if we part ways now.
No way! I won't let you! That's not up to you, sweetie. This is what your dad and I want. I don't care what you want, okay? I want things to stay just as they are. Don't you see how badly this will affect me? How can you be so selfish? I threw my...
Oh, stay things exactly the way they are, she says, but soon, hopefully, obviously, maybe soon enough, she might have a realization of that.
dinner plate to the ground and ran to my room. I heard Dad call after me, but I just slammed my door shut. I thought my reaction was enough to talk my parents out of their separation, but the next week, Dad moved out and they filed for divorce. The next few months were the most difficult of my life. Thank God for my best friend Eloise, who was always there to console me and keep me sane. I kept thinking about how I could get my parents together, but then one day, Mom had told me that Dad had already met someone else. He wanted to introduce us to her over dinner at his place. I hated the idea, but Mom had already agreed, so I didn't really have a choice. That night, when we reached Dad's new place, my heart dropped when I noticed an elegant woman at the door next to him with a girl my age. Hi, you must be Bella. Your dad has told me so much about you. It's funny how he's never even mentioned you. Not once, not ever. I mean, he did mention this morning that he had a girlfriend, which I thought was weird since he already has a wife, but other than that, nothing.
Bella has a weird sense of humor. You'll get used to it.
Don't get used to anything. I don't see you being a part of Dad's future too long.
That's enough, Bella.
It's okay, Dad. It's a lot to get used to. I'm Keisha, by the way, and I've really been looking forward to meeting you. Come, I'll show you the house. Did this girl just call my dad Dad? Before I could even speak, Keisha pulled me in. She showed me around, and I noticed how all the trophies in the house belonged to her. Even at the dinner table, Dad couldn't stop talking about how talented Keisha was, and it made me furious.
Keisha is not just great at studies, but she's an amazing piano player. Oh, and you should hear her sing. It's like a symphony to the ears.
Oh, Dad, you sound really needy calling him Dad. And literally everyone these days is a singer. What's so special about that? I'm a great gymnast and can do the perfect cartwheel. And with that, I jumped from the chair and did a cartwheel. But I lost my balance and ended up crashing into the dining table. My parents rushed to my rescue, and I was embarrassed. But then I noticed Keisha giggling in a corner, and it made my blood boil. I wanted to give her a piece of my mind, but I'd hurt my hand, so Mom excused herself and we left for home. And the next day, things took a turn for the worse when I walked into my school and saw Keisha in the parking lot. Are you stalking me? No. Dad just got me enrolled in your school. By the way, how's your arm? You crashed pretty bad last night. I was also a gymnast in my previous school, so if you're really interested in perfecting a cartwheel, I can help you. I don't need your help. Also, he's not your dad, and you can fool everyone with your sweet smile, but I won't fall for your tricks. You're evil, and soon everyone will know that. I walked off before she could even reply.
Oh, okay, so she thinks she's evil, and I guess that obviously means she doesn't like her. Okay, So clearly she doesn't like her. Obviously. Maybe she could warm up later on. Maybe. We'll see.
I was so annoyed because everyone seemed to be instantly in love with her. Girls couldn't get enough of her style, and boys were tripping over each other to talk to her. She's so fake. Look at her with her fake smile, and fake bag, and fake attitude. I just want to knock her teeth in. I understand why it's bothering you having her around, but I think you're giving her way more attention than she deserves. You're far prettier and smarter than her. Eloise was my BFF, and she was right. I didn't want to waste my energy on Keisha, so I decided to take the high road and move on. But then, I was passing through the girls' locker room when I saw Keisha giggling with some girls. It would be easier for everyone if she could at least play nice. I mean, it's not my fault if her mom and dad didn't want to live together, right? Totally. She's being a weirdo, but you're so sweet. And girl, I need your hairdresser's number. Keisha laughed again, and that's when I decided that I was gonna show Keisha her place. The next morning, as we all sat down for the biology class, I flashed Keisha the brightest smile. She looked a bit confused until she opened her bag and found a bunch of dead cockroaches inside. Keisha jumped up in horror before banging into the guy next to her. Both of them fell on a shelf, and all the beakers came tumbling down. And I couldn't stop giggling. Another time after gym class, I swapped Keisha's shampoo with blue dye, and she got out looking like a smurf. Everyone rushed to her in concern, while I stood in a corner laughing my butt off. Suddenly, Eloise pulled me to the side. You did this, didn't you? Of course. Keisha looked like someone pulled her out of a flask. Genius move, right? No, it's called bullying. I get that you're annoyed with your dad, but Keisha doesn't deserve this. Stop being a jerk. I'm not being a jerk. I'm just showing Keisha that she can't mess with me. I just want her and her dumb mom to leave our lives so my parents and I can be a family again. That's not gonna happen, Bella. Just face the truth. Their marriage is over. Oh, shut up. My parents aren't a lost cause like your parents. Instead of telling me to face the truth, what are you planning to tell your mom that you caught your dad cheating on her months ago? The minute those words Eloise had told me in confidence left my lips.
Wow. Okay. Interesting to know is that. She's telling her to fix the truth. She comes out with that, huh? Okay then.
I felt regret, and even more so when I noticed a bunch of girls behind us had overheard the conversation. Eloise looked shocked, her eyes tearing up. Listen, I didn't... Don't even bother, you witch! Eloise just walked away before I could apologize. I was feeling really bummed out that evening, so I thought I'd try to catch Dad at his office and spend some time with him. But as I was about to enter his room, I saw stupid Hillary inside, pacing back and forth and talking to someone in a low, urgent tone. As I tried leaning in closer to make out what she was hearing, I suddenly lost my balance and fell right in. Hillary turned around in shock and cut the call immediately. Hey, sweetie, are you okay? Let me help you up. Ew, no, don't touch me. Where's my dad? I'm here to see him, alone. He's in a meeting. He should be done soon. I was just leaving. As she reached for her handbag on the table, she accidentally knocked it over, and thick wads of cash fell out. She looked panicked as she shoved them back in and quickly left. What was going on with her? Later, as I hung out with Dad, I couldn't help voicing my suspicions. Does Hillary know the combination to your safe, Dad? Does she have access to your accounts?
Why are you asking me these strange questions?
Don't you feel worried that she might be with you for money? I mean, I tried Googling her, and I couldn't find anything about her or what she does. What if she's a con artist of some kind?
She isn't, and she loves me, and I love her. She makes me really happy, Bella.
The words cut through my heart like a knife. I wasn't exactly in the best headspace when I walked into class the next day and found Eloise sitting next to Keisha. It physically hurt. I walked up to them and slammed my books on the table. So what? Now you're just gonna try to make me jealous by hanging out with this moron? I thought you hated her. No, Bella, you hate her. The only person I hate right now is you. I'm sure you don't mean that. Bella, why don't you join us at recess, and I'm sure you guys can sort things out. Stop acting like you're some freaking angel. You're so fake. Just forget it, Keisha. Talking sense into Bella is like asking a donkey to solve a complicated math equation. Was that an attempt at humor? Because it pretty much sucked. Still sucks less than your stupid face. I'll show you, stupid. I pushed Eloise and she landed on her butt as Keisha rushed to help her. Just then, the teacher walked in, and everyone around her told her that I'd pushed Eloise, and I landed in detention. It wasn't even the first time, because after that, I was often being rude to my classmates and teachers, and then I also failed a few tests. Mom...
Detention. constantly, well, not being nice to your classmates and getting an F on certain works. Huh.
Disrespecting the teacher.
Yeah, disrespecting the teacher.
Dad tried to get me into therapy to help me cope with our family situation, but after several failed sessions, they gave up. If they thought I was just gonna forgive them and move on, they had it all wrong. And at school, the more I saw Eloise and Keisha hanging out together, the more determined I felt to get even with Keisha. And I found an opportunity when Dad invited me for Keisha's 17th birthday party, to which half the school was invited. Now all I needed was to find a way to humiliate Keisha, and I'd finally have my revenge. I was trying to figure out what to do when suddenly I noticed Hillary sneaking through the back door holding a thick envelope. I followed her outside, only to find her talking to a big guy wearing a hoodie. And suddenly I noticed the gun he was holding. I quickly whipped out my phone as I inched closer to listen, my heart pounding. I told you not to come home.
You weren't answering your phone. I had to make sure you guys were okay.
We're fine. You're here for the money, right? There.
Thanks. And just so you know, you can't hide the truth forever, Laura.
I don't have a choice. No one can find out my real identity. So do me a favor, take this money and just zip your mouth. The guy nodded and left. Just as she turned around, Hillary saw me and nearly screamed in shock. I knew it. I knew there was something shady about you and your daughter. What else are you hiding besides your real name? Bella, it's not what it looks like. Of course it's not. You know what? Maybe you'll confess in front of the whole crowd. I've regretted everything. And now my dad will know what big imposters you and Keisha are. Hillary tried to stop me, but I ran inside and went straight to the huge TV screen placed in the middle of the room. I stopped the music and plugged in my phone. Everyone fell silent as the video played, and Keisha looked like she'd seen a ghost. Just then Dad jumped in, unplugged my phone, and threw it on the floor. Dad, why'd you do that?
Because I had enough of your nonsense, Bella.
My nonsense? These two lied to you. Her name's not Hillary, it's Laura, and she's paying someone your hard-earned money to keep some big secret. Aren't you even curious?
No, because I know the truth. And the money you're talking about is Hillary's, not mine.
And that's when Dad told me the whole truth. Apparently, Laura, or Hillary, was married to some mafia guy, and Keisha was their daughter. I didn't want to bring up my child with a criminal. So one day when Keisha was 4, I stole money from my ex-husband's vault, grabbed Keisha, and just ran away. I changed my name, made a few investments, and things started picking up, but I was always afraid of being found out by Keisha's dad. And lately, I've been feeling more paranoid. The man you saw is an ex-FBI agent I hired to protect me and Keisha. But you told me my dad was a surgeon, that he died before I was born. Baby, I said that to protect you. By lying to me all these years? And this is how I find out thanks to you, Bella. You ruined my party and you ruined my family. This must be the best day of your life. Keisha, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. You know what? I tried to be nice because I could see you were having a hard time dealing with your parents' divorce. But now I know that you're just a vengeful, horrible person, and I can't stand your face. I felt so ashamed as Keisha cried and then ran to her room. I wanted to apologize, but Dad called the driver and sent me home. I couldn't sleep a whole night, and I kept thinking about how horribly selfish I'd been. I was so blinded by my hatred for Keisha that I crossed all lines. I just wanted to apologize and make up for my behavior. But the next morning, Mom told me that Keisha and Hillary were leaving for London. For good. I couldn't let that happen. So I rushed to Keisha's place and ran up to her room as she was zipping up her last suitcase. What are you doing here? I don't want you to leave. Listen, Keisha, I was stupid and jealous, and I thought you were stealing everything from me. My dad, my best friend, my life. You were right. I've just had a lot of trouble accepting my parents' divorce. But I know Hillary makes my dad really happy, in a way that I haven't seen him happy around Mom in years. You know, all my life, I felt really alone because Mom was always moving from place to place, and I never had siblings or friends. I really did get excited thinking I'd finally settle down and have a family. I wasn't trying to steal anything from you. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say, except that I want to make this work because this is the version of family I have now. It includes you and your mom, and I don't want to keep fighting this. You really mean it? I do. And then we hugged, and it felt nice. Great. Now that we have that sorted, I have to go and apologize to someone else too. You mean me? I turned turned around and saw Eloise walk in. Eloise, I was such a horrible friend. You tried to show me the right way, but I ended up hurting you. Please forgive me. I swear I'll be a better person. I know you, doofus. Now stop crying. You look hideous. I know. Let me tell my mom we're not going to London, and then we can grab some coffee. Feels like a good place to start.
Go ahead, turn it sideways. So you can scroll and turn it back again. You can X that.
Oh, that's the next one?
No. Now go through this. No, X this. There you go. Now find the next one. And make sure you turn it.
Ah, there.
Hi, I'm Marie. Growing up, I liked all things geeky.
Ah,
Comic books,
kind of like
anime,
me.
Most of all, video games. I was the kid in elementary school that would sneak behind some trees during recess to play my Nintendo DS instead of socializing. So I never really had any friends. And home wasn't so peachy either. Dad left soon after my sister Ava was born. And Mom, well, let's just say she tries. She worked as an attorney at some huge firm, so she always had money, just not enough time to look after 2 kids. What's wrong? Mom's cooking again. She watched some stupid show on TV, the one where they wear big hats and cook fancy meals, and now she thinks she can do the same. She's gonna burn the house down, Marie. I'm scared. I rushed to the kitchen, only to see the stove on fire and Mom desperately trying to put it out. I immediately grabbed a damn towel.
Well, that's
and
not
threw it on
good.
top of
Stove
the
being on
flames.
fire
And
is not
that
good.
wasn't all. Once, Mom
No.
tried fixing an exposed wire and ended up short-circuiting the entire house. Another time, she decided to grow her own vegetables. But a month later, she quit. And now we have a half-dug garden that turns into a swampy mud pit every time it rains. At least if you guys like and subscribe to MSA, it'll make all this a little more worth it. I always had to be the adult around at home, and basically brought up Ava all by myself. But even though my real life wasn't very cool, I kicked butt in the online realm. Video games were my thing, and no one could beat me at that, except Hero. The first time we met was on the first day of high school. He was new, and the teacher asked me to help him catch up. And I quickly found out that, just like me, Hero loved video games.
Something
His
in
mom
common?
didn't make a lot, so he was always jumping from one part-time job to another. And it was his dream to become a world-famous gamer. Slowly, we became friends. And every weekend, I'd invite him over, and we'd go bonkers on my gaming system.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'm the winner, you're just lazy.
That's not even a phrase.
But you get the point, right?
So, yeah, having Hero around was fun, and I was glad to finally have a friend. But then I turned 18, and things kind of glitched. Hero and I had planned on checking out this new game store in town, and I was waiting for him at school, but he never showed up. I even tried to sell, but he didn't answer, and his social media accounts were gone. He disappeared without a trace. And as weird as it was, I decided to stop chasing after him and move on. I threw myself into my studies, topped my class, and got into a good college. With Ava in high school now, I figured she could handle herself. And I could finally get a fresh start away from home. Then one night, I was in my dorm playing video games when I got stuck on this one particular level. After my 5th attempt, I was ready to throw my controller out the window when I heard someone behind me.
Need a hand?
I turned around and found myself looking up at Adam, a senior, and easily the most charming guy on campus. What are you doing in my room?
Just came by to say hi to a friend down the hall. And then I saw you struggling. So I figured I'd stop and help.
I appreciate your not-so-called-for help, but hey! Adam had snatched the controller from my hands and started pressing buttons like a pro. Within minutes, he'd cleared the level like it was nothing.
The trick is all in the NPC interactions. They each have coded movement loops that line up with the mission objectives. You pick up on those patterns, follow the right ones, and they practically guide you to the finish line.
Of course I knew that. I was just trying to improve my timing.
Right. You know, my friends and I are playing at the video game arcade tomorrow. You could join us if you want.
Thanks, but I like to play alone.
Suit yourself. But just in case you change your mind.
And he wrote his number on my desk and left. I tried to shake off his offer, but then I thought it had been a while since I was playing solo, and maybe teaming up with others wouldn't be so bad. So, the next day I called him and he sent me the address. I expected it would be a casual gaming session with a few friends, but I was stunned to see that it was a massive gaming tournament. Hundreds of gamers sat around, dead serious, fingers flying over controllers, and eyes glued to screens. Just then, Adam spotted me and ran over.
Hey, perfect timing. You're playing with me.
I nodded and took a seat next to him. And together, we breezed through every challenge. The games were tough, but our sync was on point. And by the end of the tournament, Adam and I were on top of the leaderboard.
That was incredible. I knew you had skills, but this is next level. I couldn't even tell it was our first time playing together. You know what? You've got to meet my dad.
I don't think I should. But Adam was already pulling me through the crowd before stopping in front of this tall man who looked like he ate gigabytes for breakfast.
Dad, this is Mari.
Gigabytes for breakfast. Interesting description there.
Yeah.
I think she'd be perfect for a team. Such a pleasure to meet young prodigies like yourself. Tell me, Maria, has the world of digital gaming always intrigued you?
It's Marie.
I know, but I prefer Maria. It has a certain melody to it, like the soft patter of keys under one's finger in the heat of play.
Sorry, what?
He just means you have a nice name. Anyway, Dad's a game developer and a professional gamer himself. He's the reason I picked up gaming. He's my hero, the legend, the person I look up to the most. Also, he'll be coaching us.
For what?
The tournaments, of course.
Adam told me he played for an international esports team. They traveled the world, competed in the biggest tournaments, and now they wanted me to join them. Playing international esports had always been my dream, so it didn't take me long to say yes, and the next few months turned into a wild roller coaster. We traveled from one tournament to the next, diving headfirst into the intense, fast-paced life of esports. And while I loved competing, Adam's dad made things really complicated.
Our primary objective is to establish dominance in the early stages by monopolizing resource nodes and obstructing adversarial progression.
What is he saying?
He wants us to capture as many resource points as we can at the start and block the other team.
Why doesn't he just say that?
That's just how he talks. You'll get used to it.
But Adam's dad's constant hovering and descriptive plans made every practice session feel like a mental marathon, and I just couldn't keep up. Then one day, after a grueling practice, I was scrolling through my phone when I came across an invite to the closed beta test of Infinity Nikki, a game that had been making waves as the coziest
Probably
open
an
world experience out
advertisement.
there. I was tired of playing endless battles and high-stake combat games with Adam, and I was looking for something that felt more comforting and fun. And the game seemed like the perfect escape. So I enrolled for access to the closed beta, got in, and boy, was that the best decision ever. The game took me into the magical world of Miraland, where Nikki, the main character, went on amazing quests with her cute companion Momo. The coolest part of the game were the ability outfits that helped Nikki navigate Miraland, gather resources, and complete quests. I got to explore dungeons, tackle boss battles, ride vehicles, and even capture beautiful moments with the photo feature. It was so much more than a dress-up game. It was pure magic. I was so amazed by it, I even joined Infinity Nikki fan forums to know more about shortcuts and outfit combos. And I found myself chatting regularly with one user in particular, Silent Warrior. Oh my god, Momo camera is so cute. I could pose in front of that forever.
Oh, But here's something that makes it even better. Usually, you can only take pictures of the scenery in Nikki, but there are certain spots on the map where this Feywish sprite, Takabo, will suddenly pop up and look straight at the camera while you're capturing the shot. I swear, it's the funniest and most unexpected thing ever.
No way. How did you even figure that out?
Spent hours wandering the map, taking random shots. The first time Takabo appeared, I almost dropped my controller. You've got to try it. It's seriously worth it.
Well, since you've been so helpful, I've got news for you too. December 6th is actually Nikki's birthday, and to celebrate that special day, all Infinity Nikki players will be getting this stunning new dress called Starlit Celebration, absolutely free of charge. I mean, talk about a sweet deal. But you have to log into the game before December 19th to redeem it, so tell all your friends to download it now. I've already told mine.
Definitely an
Felt like I
advertisement
found
for
someone who
something.
spoke my gaming language, and I really wanted to meet him. So, naturally, a week later, I was one of the top players invited to play Infinity Nikki live at an exclusive arena. I walked in feeling excited, and I was at the snack bar getting a soda when another hand reached for the same can. I looked up and froze as I saw Hero smiling at me.
Didn't realize this one was yours.
Well, it certainly doesn't have your name on it. Just then, the announcer called all gamers to the stage for a quick face-off, and I hurried to the stage. I was settling down in my seat when Hero pulled up the chair next to mine. He opened his mouth to say something, but I shushed him and focused on my game. I entered the breezy meadow, collected a bunch of daisies, and was just enjoying my walk through the vibrant flowers when Momo told me that there was a Whimstar nearby. So I hurried through the meadow, collected the Whimstar, and upgraded to a new outfit.
Wow, you're still as good as I remember.
Oh, so you do remember me. I thought the way you vanished, you probably forgot all about me.
Okay, yes, I deserve that. But I had a reason for leaving so suddenly, Mari.
That's when Hero told me that his mom had lost her job, and since they lived in her employer's house, they had to pack up and move to a new town, almost overnight. You could have dropped a text, at least.
I just couldn't find the time to.
Yeah, he could.
I had to
He
pick up
could
jobs to help
drop a
Mom out
text or
until
something.
I figured out a way to make money through gaming. You have no idea how many times I thought about calling you, but I just didn't know what to say. So when I saw your name on the Infinity Nikki forum, I decided to send you a message as Silent_Warrior.
Wait, you're Silent Warrior? So you took me for a fool not once, but twice? That feels good.
I'm sorry, I just didn't know if you'd talk to me. I even learned the whole game just to get to this live event and meet you, Mari. So, what do you say? Can we restart? I kinda miss you.
Okay, yeah, I missed him too. Hero was the one person who always understood me, and he did genuinely sound sorry for the way he'd acted. So, I agreed, and we reconnected. We spent hours chatting about games, and I told him everything about my new team and life at college. Our conversations felt effortless, and I was happy to have him back in my life. But while things with Hero got better, with Adam, it only got more tense.
Maria, grab the plasma cannon next to you. You're wasting essential resources.
I'm pinned down by these two enemies. I need to deal with them first to advance.
Incorrect. Your role is to support
No,
Adam.
I'm not gonna ask what's going on there.
And use that weapon to neutralize the
No.
opposition.
But if I
No
expose
way of
myself,
it.
I'll get eliminated.
Then strategize smarter. Honestly, you're making me question your tactical skills. Did we make a mistake by bringing you onto the team, Maria?
Oh, I don't know, sire. Maybe you did. So why don't you go ahead and find someone who's better than me and can understand what you're actually talking about. And yeah, for the record, my name is Marie. And I just threw the controller down and walked out. And seconds later, Adam followed.
How dare you talk to my dad like that?
He's constantly breathing down my neck, Adam. It's annoying.
He just wants you to do better. And honestly, Mari, you could use a little extra practice. Dad doesn't think you're ready for the tournament, and he might be right.
Your dad thinks no one is ever ready. And every time I talk to him, I feel like I'm in the middle of a test I didn't prepare for. I don't think I can play like this. And before...
This is sounding interesting, huh? Sounds very interesting. Let's see how interesting this gets.
Adam could get out another word. I flung my bag over my shoulder and left. I was so distracted that evening, I could barely focus on my game with Hero. I had to jump through some glowing hoops in a sequence before the time ended, and I just couldn't keep up. Hero immediately understood something was off and asked me what happened, and I told him everything.
Why are you even with them if they don't value your skills?
It's not all bad. The rest of the guys on the team are great, and Adam's a bit edgy, but he's a good player. It's his dad who gives me the ick. My mom's a saint compared to him. At least she never trash-talked me the way he does.
Mari, you're a great player, and from what you're telling me, this Adam sounds like a jerk. I think you should just quit and play with me instead. We're good.
Oh, he might sound like he's being mean. It might not be sure. He might.
I just laughed at Hero's suggestion. He was clearly joking. There's no way he'd actually expect me to quit my team at the last minute. Although, I'll admit, the idea was kind of tempting, considering how Adam being on the team was seriously getting on my nerves lately. Later, I ended up talking to my sister Ava about it, and the next day, she and Mom showed up at my dorm with dinner to cheer me up. I was struggling through the lasagna Mom made, when suddenly there was a knock at the door. Hero? What are you doing here?
Okay, don't freak out. But I kind of put our names down together for the tournament tomorrow.
What? Why?
Because your team sucks, Mari. Adam and his dad are dragging you down, and it's obvious you're not happy. But playing Infinity Nikki with you these past few days made me realize how amazing we are together. If we team up, we actually have a chance of winning. And I found out from my sources, and the prize money on this tournament is insane.
Hero,
Planning to ditch me at the last minute?
I saw Adam standing behind Hero with a hard expression on his face. You're taking this the wrong way.
Oh, am I? Wasn't he just telling you to leave us and join him? My dad gave you the opportunity to be a great gamer, and you tossed that aside to play Infinity Nikki with him? It's that same dress-up game you keep raving about, right?
It's more than a dress-up game, Adam. It teaches you about friendship, care, and warmth. And it tests your skills and presence of mind. You have to strategize your way through each puzzle. It's not easy.
Sounds like a pretty easy game to me. Really? Then why don't you and I go head-to-head? First one to complete his quest wins. And Mari joins the winner's team.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Why? Scared I'll kick his butt? We'll see about that.
But the food's getting cold. Believe me, Mom, no one wants to eat that. And this is way too entertaining. Adam shoved me aside and took over my gaming system while Hero pulled out his laptop. And they both dove into the game. Hero skillfully switched between Nikki's ability outfits, jumping between platforms with precise timing. The puzzles were tough. Rotating tiles that moved unpredictably, hidden traps waiting to catch him off guard, narrow pathways requiring precision, and lasers that could slice through in an instant. But Hero kept his pace steady. Adam, on the other hand, was clearly struggling. The caged greed towered over him, and he just couldn't figure out how to break through its defenses. While Hero completed his challenges with absolute ease.
This is not fair. I was just getting the hang of the game. Besides, you already knew the shortcuts and how to switch between the ability outfits. Fine. Then how about we do a dress-up contest? Mari can rate which dress combo looks nicer. Does that sound fair to you? Huh. I breathe fashion. Bring it on.
The combat started, and just like before, Hero nailed this one too. He carefully curated a stunning look. A bright yellow playsuit called the Sunny Agenda, paired with a set of elegant stockings and white high-top sneakers. He finished the outfit with a sleek ponytail and the sweetest headband, creating a perfectly coordinated ensemble. I was just watching him work in awe when Adam jumped up.
That's how you do it, baby.
Adam, why have you paired the red shimmery gown with the green shimmer jacket? And what's up with these blue glitter stockings?
So, it's all glitter. And I know girls like glitter a lot.
Yeah, if you're 5 and dressing up your doll, your outfit has no synchrony, Adam. Everything looks
Wow, if you're 5 and dressing up your doll.
great individually, but together, it looks like Nikki fell into a pool of glitter. It doesn't make any sense. And that's why I vote for Hero. Hero smiled at me proudly, and I was about to shake hands with him when Adam jumped in between.
You're a cheat. Obviously, you'll vote for Hero because you like him.
Hero won because he's good, and he genuinely made an effort to learn the game.
Yeah, right, liar. What's your problem, dude? I beat you in 2 games straight, and you're still crying like a baby. Be a man and just admit you suck. What did you just say to me?
And with that, Adam launched himself at Hero, grabbed his laptop, and threw it across the room. Hero lost his mind, swung back, and the two of them got into a fight. I tried to stop them, but they kept swinging at each other. And then Hero pushed Adam, and he went flying into the table with all the food. Oh my god, I made that with my own 2 hands. It took me hours to get the flavor on point. And somehow it still sucked. What did you just say to me? Ah! Shut it! All of you! What is wrong with y'all? And Mom, I love you, and I'm happy you're here. But you've got to stop cooking. As for you two, I'm not teaming up with either of you. I've decided
Little mean.
Yeah.
to go solo.
What?
Oh, don't look surprised, Adam. After the way you and your dad have pushed us around, it's a miracle I stayed as long as I did. But I'm a gamer with ethics, so I stuck it out for my team when it mattered. And Hero, these past few days have been fun, but you can't just show up and expect me to jump on your team. You didn't even know about this tournament until I mentioned it. And now you want to participate for the prize money? I get that it's a big opportunity, but I can't make decisions like that on a whim. Maybe someday we'll team up again, but for now, I need to do this my own way.
And I totally respect your decision. I don't. It's a stupid decision. And I'm not letting you get away that easily.
Adam grabbed my hand, but I twisted his arm around in one swift motion, and he winced in pain. Guess I picked up a thing or two from your so-called combat games. Maybe you could learn a little something from Infinity Nikki and handle defeat with a little grace, instead of throwing a tantrum every time things don't go your way.
Wait till my dad hears about this.
You and your dad can both eat slugs for all I care. Now get out and don't come back. Adam left that night, but I knew he wasn't going to stay quiet. Not that I cared. I'd already made up my mind to pull my name from that stupid tournament. I didn't want to be part of something that sucked the joy out of the one thing I loved. It was time to take back my happiness, to focus on what made me feel alive again. And for the first time in weeks, I felt free. It's showtime, baby.
Alright, I really enjoyed the former video. Latter one, this one, it's interesting, but it was also had interesting ways, and somehow, yeah, in the middle of the video, the other man, not the hero guy, the one, the other man that she had in the story, yeah, the hero guy, was right. He was kind of being mean. He was kind of being not a fair man, obviously. But that's all I gotta say. I'm Matt the Comic Guy. See you in the 4th and the 5th. Bye.